When you need a mortgage, don't stress at all. Just tune right in and give these guys.
Good morning, YouTube. Today is Friday, March 7th, and this is March, baby. How are you, fellas?
Doing well, baby. It is a good day. The sun is half shining and there's snow on the ground still.
Anth, I don't know if you know this reference or not, but we're going to have to start calling Tom our Woody Page of the show.
You know what, man? I was actually glitching out at that moment when we were speaking, so I didn't hear any of that.
Okay, perfect.
I see you there glitching again, so you're like a mime or something. I don't know.
But yeah, Tom, you make me laugh at the beginning of every episode here. I don't know what the hell you're going to do when we come out of the break.
My bad. I was gaming. I woke up early to game today.
You got Anthony dancing up in the upper corner. This is hilarious. But good morning, everyone. It's Friday, getting to the weekend. And frankly, I had to bring up this topic again today because I have more and more and more occurrences with it. And it's the wild world of property taxes, where they currently are, where they can go after a purchase of a home, and what is the responsibility of a loan officer, a mortgage company, and a closing company. You know, what's their responsibility to a buyer to make sure that they're paying the right information, right? I don't think it's good for a financial institution to turn a blind eye to some knowledge we know that's going to probably or possibly 99.9% happen after closing when taxes go up, to ignore them to try to get to closing with a less amount.
Yeah, I mean, it behooves the buyer. The buyer needs to know all information. They're trying to budget themselves financially to know exactly where their monthly payment's going to be and where that could go to. If we're telling them that their taxes are $20 a month and they're budgeting for that and they go up to $200, that could change a little bit of things within their life. They might not have been able to afford that. Yes, I know most people, $200 a month, they can manage that, but that's not the same to everybody. We're seeing people from all spectrums, good, the bad, the ugly, and even the people that are doing just fine, but still $200 affects them. So these things, we need to make sure that they're as accurate as possible.
Yeah, and Anth, you can jump in if we're able to get off your glitch mode.
Yeah, if the system lets me, I don't know what's going on today, but yeah, I mean, it all comes back to affordability. When we're quoting deals and pre-approvals and then we find out the taxes, I mean, it's easy enough to calculate these taxes in the beginning when somebody's listing the property. So if you're listing a property, do the millages, do the calculation so that you're at least quoting correct taxes when you're listing it. And then once they're verified, they're not such a big offset from the beginning whenever we get those tax certs back from the tax office.
Yeah, I mean, because here's the conundrum. You have taxes where they currently are, but then we have a system on the mortgage side, especially in Allegheny County, that we know properties are getting reassessed at 52.7% of their current value. The current value is the purchase price. So it is our job to base taxes off 52.7% of that purchase price. If the current taxes are way less than that because the assessed value is way less, that is going to be a major problem for those buyers because they're going to think their mortgage payment is less than it really is.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we have to run it off the millage rates. We have to know, especially when it's in a county where we have those millage rates and access to those assessed values. I mean, we've been preaching it here for years. There's no reason that if you're listing a home and taking 3%, that you shouldn't properly calculate the taxes. I mean, it takes 4 minutes to do. I might be a little bit long. It takes 4 minutes to do. And they'll be accurate. You have to calculate them yourself. Just asking the homeowner is not a good enough job when you're listing a home.
And at least knowing where they're going to be to get that information out. Saying, hey, here's where they currently are, but they can go up to this. There are websites throughout the county, literally made by the county, to allow us to do this information very, very quickly and get out accurate tax information in time after time after time. I mean, really, buyers will see a listing, say, hey, I want to put an offer on this property because it looks reasonable, it looks affordable, the taxes are nice and low. And then I have to say, hey, these taxes are 4 times less than what they're going to be after you close, after you get reassessed, because it happens time after time after time in Allegheny County, and we have to let buyers know.
Yeah, we see it all too often, that those taxes are just listed too low. Going back to the fall episode we did on this property taxes, we brought up a little Allegheny County chart, a website that you can see where they're going to. I've had so many compliments over the last couple months about that. They didn't know it was there and they didn't know to use it. So that is a great website to use. Use the tools available. You don't have to guess on these things. You don't have to find the answer by asking a question to somebody. You could calculate it yourself.
Right. And we're going to actually bring that website up here in a second because I want to show 2 examples. The first example is going to be what we get as the lender during the process. Okay. So here is when we're saying, hey, the taxes are in, the taxes are in. What that means is we got the information from the tax collector of what the taxes are. So this is a file that's in process. The current taxes, and I believe this purchase price is about $160,000. Okay. This property, as you can see, it's in Turtle Creek, Woodland Hills School District. And as you can see in here, the biggest tough part about taxes is they're all collected at different times throughout the year. So that's why the escrow account calculation can get a little complicated. But anywho, the current taxes are $245 a year. When this buyer came in, we did it, obviously this seemed ridiculously low. So I did a calculation where we estimated, and good thing I did, because as you can see, this came in yesterday, where the actual taxes based off the assessed value of the purchase price is $2,658 a month, not $245 a month. So here we are at $20 a month estimated when taxes are really going to be $221 a month. I mean, that is literally a $200 difference a month to a buyer that if we just said, hey, you can close, here's the current taxes, but a month after closing, when this buyer gets reassessed and their taxes get shot up, it is frankly, in my eyes, unethical as a mortgage company not to let this buyer know that this is where the taxes could go, probably are going to go, 99% chance going to happen.
Yeah. And sometimes we'll even make that escrow account the higher number for them just so they're clear and they know exactly what's going on.
And can you pull us back up? I stopped sharing on that one.
You actually closed it out, buddy.
I know. Can you pull our faces back up? Mr.
No, we're gone, baby. Do.
Oh, my bad.
There we go. There we are. It's okay. Anthony is also our producer, if you didn't know. He's behind the scenes working all the magic. Oh, man.
Oh, look at this.
This is nice. This is real nice. Feel like I could. Anywho, that is what we get in the middle of the process. So if we didn't do our due diligence, if we weren't looking out for this buyer, again, maybe that kills a deal because now the debt to income ratio is going to be based off of $2,600 a year in taxes instead of $250 a year in taxes. Another reason using a local lender that understands Allegheny property taxes are very, very, very important.
Yeah, I know a new lender from Texas that's doing their, 25th loan probably won't know those things about our Pittsburgh market. So, you need to work with somebody local.
Yep. Anthony? Anything to add?
Nope. I'm in a bad place. I'm glitching, man.
All right. All right. All right. Let's pull up one more screen, the screen Tom was talking about here. And this is the Allegheny County tax worksheet that you can go to, that the county has, that you can easily calculate taxes. All right. Now, what I want to focus on, I did a pre-approval last night. Buyer called me. Let me move back over the screen. I don't know if I can move this screen over. Buyer called me last night.
It's too far to the right. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. Buyer called me last night, want to put an offer on a property. Current property is listed at $549,900. As a loan officer, I'm going to go to the county website and I'm going to calculate what 52.7% of that is, because that's what the assessed value should be. Okay, you do that real quick, and that's $289,797 should be the assessed value. This is what the current property taxes are based off of, $66,001. They should be based off of $289,000. You see the problem? It's a major problem for someone wanting to put an offer in on a property where there's listed taxes way less. So let's scroll down.
That's 4 times the amount.
Here we go, Tom. Current taxes are $1,635. That's what's on the MLS. That's what's on the listing. After I did my calculation, I had to let this buyer know his taxes will go up to $7,169 based off the current value.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of money. That is a big difference for a buyer. And I work the estimate off of the $7,169. I am not going to show a buyer taxes based off of an egregiously low assessed property.
That's 4 times the monthly payment, as well as $5,500 more dollars cash to close that they're going to need. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. This buyer was, again, very surprised when I sent them the estimate, explained the taxes, said here's where they are, here's where they should be based off of this purchase price. And this is what we do at West Penn to try to make sure buyers are not blindsided either right before closing or right after closing, that, hey, we just got assessed and now our monthly mortgage payment's going up and now we can't afford the mortgage. That's exactly what we do not want to happen.
Yeah. No, these are all good points and stuff that we're looking out for your buyers for, but not everybody is.
That's all I have today. You fellas have anything to wrap up for the weekend?
No, hopefully we broke through this old winter thing and sun shines.
And we got to work on Anthony's internet because I feel bad. We didn't hear nearly enough from Anthony today.
Maybe he'll go this weekend.
No, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on.
It's crazy. All right. Hit the music, Anth. See you guys Tuesday, I guess it is.
Tom Ryan